Picture this, you're a farmer. You work hard, spend time and money on your farm, planting, let's say, corn, or rearing different types of animals. Now your plan is to make enough money so that you can care for your family, send your children to school, or even pay for your house. But all those plans are disrupted because you're constantly plagued by thieves. It's the reality of many farmers living right here in Jamaica. Hello, I'm Vashan Brown and welcome to Raiding the Barn, a look at Praedial Larceny in Jamaica. The face of 54-year-old Vivian Johnson. He went to check on his animals in May this year when he saw two men allegedly trying to steal them. He was attacked and later shot several times. Commanding officer for the St. Thomas Division, Superintendent Alison Byfield, says the police were alerted.
The police responded and they proceeded to the scene where they saw the man lying on the roadway, appears lifeless. There were several spent casings, and he was bleeding from the head.
The police say they're still investigating, but as the probe continues, his family members are hurting. Sharon Johnson is Mr. Johnson's ex-wife. She says they shared a close friendship.
One thing I know about him is that he was not an aggressor, but he would defend himself. He wouldn't allow himself to be disadvantaged. And I think that was probably, I don't know if it was a weakness, but sometimes it would go against him because he wouldn't just overlook persons taking disadvantage.
There are also others with near-death experiences. We spoke to a farmer in Clarendon who we'll call Shawn. For him, the morning of January 4, 2020 will always be etched in his mind. He was shot and injured by men who tried to steal his animals. The incident happened about 4:30 a.m.
We're inside and hear a little raffling there. I said puppy and me ear start back out the door. And me say, wow, what puppy a bark so far? Come out. And we come out. As me up in the door and come out and stand up a little bit, hear a man say to me, say, don't move. So me take say a police. And me buy me fi take an eye and look upon him. Me hear no say yes. Me get that gunshot there. But me have a cutlass outside pan one jug. Me have to take up and slap after somebody. If me didn't slap the cutlass there after him, I'll know today me couldn't turn up here so.
He was rushed to hospital after he was shot. He's still left with the pain of that night. He now has to go to the doctor quite regularly. The men took his goats from the pen, but they eventually abandoned the animals in nearby bushes as they made their escape. Which of the animals you think they were after that night?
I goat, the ram goat. When me have a big old ram goat, me have to sell him. I just me have a big ram goat nearly tall like a calf there.
An incident that could have taken his life, so he's grateful.
If me ain't good in all the time, me couldn't turn up here so. I back a one little old fridge, me jump. I lie down and when time Mrs. him put 3 more shots after me. And I lift me off up the fridge. Like me go underneath the fridge with something. And that's how I can run. More than one shot? Yeah man, 4 shots. One will catch me and 3 more after that.
Vice President of the Jamaica Agricultural Society, Denton Alvaranga, says these kinds of incidents take a mental toll on farmers.
There are some farmers, who have suffered losses, especially at night, and when they hear a motor vehicle come by and stop at their gate or slow down, farmer jumps up, he can't sleep. So he's wondering, is it the thieves who have come? So it affects him emotionally and mentally.
Frank Dunkley has been a farmer in St. Elizabeth for more than 40 years. During those years, he suffered at the hands of thieves multiple times. The last incident was about 3 years ago when 39 heads of cattle were stolen from his farm.
They went back after and go to another farm and slaughter 4. And they go and slaughter 2. And afterward they slaughter another 6 months, they slaughter 7 more.
Damion Reid is another farmer from the Breadbasket parish. He's been affected by thieves at least 4 times.
Since lately, thieves them have risen and start to move a lot of animals around the cut. So all farmers have to depend on the alert now. Try to protect their animal.
He pointed to an incident in April this year.
Some people come and move some animals for me. 5 of them. And they was trying to load them on one truck. So we do come down and catch the truck. And you call for them get away anyway. So they hold the truckman them. And police take them into custody. So that is now in front of the court. Well, those 5 cows would have valued about 450,000 at this time, but a small cow them.
Farming is important to communities in St. Elizabeth, as Glenister Wright points out.
So me and a source of earning. And I then call the parish the breadbasket.
So people use and do what? The money from it, what them use it and do?
Well, it's your financial way of living. Build your house, everything.
He plants onion, beetroot and lettuce, but like others, it's not been an easy road.
How many times? I don't really count them still, but a thief by the hose, by the crops, the rainer.
So about more than 10 times, more than 20 times?
Yeah, about within about between 10 to 15.
Alright, so the last time it happened, when was that?
The last time? Well, the hose was the last time. Probably about, not last year really.
Communities in St. Thomas are also being plagued by thieves. Caron Logan says her family continues to suffer. She says one morning a relative woke up only to realize his animals were missing.
The cow belly cut out, then gone with the cow, the heifer one gone. Majority of them, because he have couple cows and he lose all of that. My neighbor tire goat right in front of me when she wake up in the morning, that just a rope and nothing else, everything gone. Several people in the community, we hear them crying as well. Car just pass right here, passing through the community, because you know so it's a public road. When they reach out, I saw some people ball for them goat because the car just stop, take up the goat and gone. Nobody knows who.
It seems that the thieves tend to target farms mainly early mornings. At least that's the experience of David Gordon, a watchman.
When I enter into the ground, I find out somebody drive into the ground, and when I start monitor the field, I find out they steal a portion of the melon them out of the field and then drive in the ground and mash up some of the melon them.
The police caught a suspect and the matter is now before the courts. They weren't expecting the police to make any progress, so relief when they heard the news. Were you surprised that the police were able to find somebody?
Yeah, I'm surprised. Yes, I'm surprised. Very much.
Why are you surprised? Why?
Because I never expected somebody would get catch. I didn't expect that. First come to man, I say, I was the one who was here. And I leave and this happened. Other people could have said, boy, and me bring somebody in the ground. You understand? Because the watchman are the first suspect. Even though I'm me are the caretaker. And me see that everything alright to the ground.
Taryn Graham owns the farm. She's heard many tales of losses. It's why she employed a watchman, but she's convinced that someone also watches the watchman.
What happened is, to plant a farm this big, it costs a lot, because you have to pay workers to work on it. You have to pay for other things, you have to pay water bills and stuff like that. So for the losses we had since now, and this one, it affects us a lot because we lose a lot. So whatever we make now that should have been our savings, we are going to have to use it to replant back the farm.
The loss was massive.
1,880 pounds of melon. It's 102 melon. They steal.
So how much should I pay for that?
And I was getting at $60 a pound. They go. Yeah. So it would work up to 100,000.
July 5, we were in St. Thomas, moments after thieves raided a farm. The owner of the animals furious.
I go and cook some food and a brethren call me and say it's cheese change man from Yalas. And if the whole of my goat them come in, and I say some of them come in, but some don't come in yet. And by the time I come to boom and make a drive out and left me out to the pot. I come see a man just a walk from Yasa, go down this and him a turn back. And I ask him, say, oh, where you come from? And him a say, he come from Portman. So for him tell me that my suspect say, him a no Portman man, you see me? And by the time I come to boom now, and I call his station number, and I get it. I call him bridging and I get it. And I saw me drive round. So I saw them go and walk around so now till I youth and send them pan a road around there. So at that road them gone pan and I come find three goat head cut off, you know. And I still can't find some more of them. So it look like me have to go.
The Star recently highlighted the story of crab vendor Jermaine Morris from Falmouth, Trelawney, who detailed his plans to expand his business to ultimately tap into the export market. Outraged days later when it was reported that he was robbed. Mr. Morris woke up to find his backyard pen almost empty in June.
This is what I woke up to this morning. The owner for my crabs came for them. I put in the work and they reap the benefit. Stole all my crabs.
95% of his crabs worth about $200,000 were stolen. So another year, and the cry from farmers remained the same. Something must be done.
They don't improve on it. They improve on everything else, but no improvement on Praedial Larceny. None. For over the 40 years, none, as I know of, none is there. So how can we continue with the farm under this situation?
So what have the police been doing about Praedial Larceny? And just how prevalent is the problem? Those issues when we return.